You are looking live at the I Center in Salem, New Hampshire, where the New Jersey Rockets U19 girls are getting set to take on the San Diego Angels on day 2 of the MLK NGHL tournament. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you all the action on Rizzo Vision. And the Rockets come in needing a couple of wins if they want to have any hopes of advancing to Monday's semifinal games. They play 4 preliminary games here in the tournament. This will be the third, both for the Rockets and for the Angels. The Rockets fell 2-1 in a shootout in their first game on Saturday to the Dallas Stars Elite. They had a 1-0 lead in that game. In the third period, yielded a goal with about just over 3 minutes left and fell in the shootout. Later in the day, into the early evening, they fell 4-1 to Team Wyoming, also scoring the first goal of that game. So their 2 goals have both given them leads, but it's left them with just 1 standings point through 2 games and probably in need of 2 regulation wins to get to 7 points if they want to have any hope. And that might not even be enough, but it might be enough when all is said and done. But with 11 teams, 4 spots, you start doing the math and it's going to be a tough road for the Rockets. And certainly if they do not manage to pull off a regulation win in this one, then the afternoon game against the New Mexico Mustangs will have a little less meaning as far as where they'll aspire to be at the end of the tournament, although still worth all of the efforts. We'll give you as good of a perch as we can because of the rink that we're on here at the I Center. There's a beautiful one attached to this that's like a hockey arena, which would have been perfect. But we're at the imperfect one, and we could have jury-rigged a big fancy way to kind of get over the boards and show you the game, but we'll just choose to go on the Rockets' offensive corner for each period, so we'll switch it up in the middle, and we'll keep it at this angle for you for the first and the third, and then we'll switch sides in between periods at the second. Clem Dixon-Child gets the start for the Rockets. She's at the far end. And McKinley Linton for the Angels. Liftoff, period 1. Rockets start out with Jacobus in between Hansen and Nieves. Offside on San Diego to start it. So the tough thing about being in the corner is if a lot of the action goes to the other side of the rink, you don't really have such a great view like you'll see there. But when things come down to this end, you'll have the best view. So that's the trade-off. Rockets dump it in. Here comes Francesca Hansen, number 9. Battle for it, and CC Nieves. Rockets play low. Centering feed, Jacobus with the backhand. Sends it just wide. San Diego picks it up. Angels are in white. I mean, that sounds poetic, doesn't it? And the Rockets in black, just to simplify it. So the Rockets with the black uniforms, the Angels with the white. Black helmets for the Rockets, white for the Angels. Reversed attempt by Jizik, and eventually Jacobus picks it off after Hansen and Nieves forced the trap. There's a lot of room behind the end line that you can see. It's not just your device or your TV. Hansen's wide open in the middle. Nieves took a shot. No rebound. That went to an important spot. Hansen centered it looking for Nieves. Haley Caputo pinches in from the point. Caputo and Fox started it on D. Fox is heading off for a change, and Autumn Dooley jumps on. So the Rockets back to 6 defensemen for this one as Caputo was shaken up in the late game yesterday. Haley takes a shot. It's sticked aside, but Caputo None the worse for wear. That's the best news of the day. Haley is okay. Maddie McDonald now at center, looking for Aaron Bruno, who just jumped on the ice. And Bryn Dandy is going to jump into the play. Nearly got that one, did Bryn. So next line up already for the Rockets, and 13:19 left in period one. These are 15-minute periods for the tournament. So penalties also are truncated. A minor penalty is a minute and a half. If we get to majors or misconducts, we'll discuss it at the time. But if you've been listening closely, you probably already know. Angels dump it in, Rockets hustle back. Autumn Dooley's the one to pick it up there. We could try the zoom in and zoom out, but that's, without a cameraman and just me doing it, it's kind of tough, and sometimes it interrupts the stream. Clem Dixon Child covers that one up and forces the whistle. And Clem has some history with the Angels and maybe some of their players, having hailed from California before coming east and joining the Rockets this season. So definitely a game for this goalie where she wanted to play it. Next line out is Lauren Barbara Landstrom in between Luisa Rizzo, who you see right there, number 13, and Hope Menikillo. Kaylee Medora and Lily Latour now on defense, so all of the Rockets, save for Sydney Sparks, the backup goalie, have touched the ice. 2.5 minutes into this game. Defensive zone draw. Landstrom will take it. Angels won it, but Rockets stole it. Rizzo chips it for Menikillo, has to hit the brakes. And here comes Rizzo, gets in down low, backhand shot, didn't get all of it, but Linton had to make the save. Landstrom keeps it in at the point. Latour centers it, looking for Menikillo on the far side. Rizzo jumps into the slot. Menikillo fires it, couldn't get it through traffic as Richards knocked it down. Latour got a piece of it, but can't keep it in the zone and recovers it in neutral ice. Latour sends it around the boards on the far side, can't get it out, and the Angels have a player open in the middle, but they couldn't complete the one-timer. Rockets get it out of the zone, giving no chase at this point are the forwards because there's a change, but PJ Jacobus changed more briskly and is able to start the forecheck. Hansen picks it off, turns, shoots. Linton sticks it aside. Sent right at you by the Angels. Look, Caputo outbattled Montgrain for that one. Sent in front. Hansen nearly had the deflection, but let it go through, and Linton made the save. Right, Rockets starting the cycle now. They have a lot of room behind the net. There's Nieves in front, but it's knocked down by Linton. It's going to be icing on the Angels, so you get a good look at the face-off right here in front of you with 11:01 left in period number one. No score between the Rockets in black and the San Diego Angels in white. Hansen will take the draw. Jacobus in the slot. Nieves just to your right. Off the draw, Angels win it. Meister grabs it, reverses it. Can't get it through. Hansen looking for Jacobus in front. Tries to get it through there. Can't. Recovers it. Centers it. Can't find Nieves, but Haley Caputo picks it up. Caputo shoots it off of Montgrain's left leg. Rockets try to recover in neutral ice. Hansen has it, maybe looking for Jacobus. Dishes it over. PJ takes a shot, gloved by Linton, but not held. And the rebound comes out and is cleared. Caputo picks it up, sends it forward for Nieves. CC centers it for Jacobus. Shot, ref blocks it, can't see what's going on. Might have to change the perch if that's where the ref is going to be. We'll just do it right on the fly. Mr. Referee, get out of our way. So now you get a little better look. Sorry about the move. Sent down the other end, no icing with 10 minutes now left in the first period, 15-minute period. The Rockets get the next line out there. Bruno was trying to tip that one to make sure there was no icing, but couldn't get a piece, and that stops play with 9:57 left in period number one. We hope that you've brewed your coffee and it's high octane because you're gonna need it. Well, at least we are, because we got this 8 o'clock start and a half-hour drive to get here by 7. So most of us were rising in the 5 o'clock hour, maybe some after that. Sent in and on net, comes around and out of the zone. Angels are gonna have this one in the offensive zone. There's a shot and it's blocked away by Lauren Fox, sent up the middle. Knocked forward. Maddie McDonald now out with Erin Bruno and Bryn Dandy up front for the Rockets. At the far end, Rockets knock it out of the zone. Bruno picks it up, shovels it forward, and heads off for a change. Menachillo almost picked that one off. Rockets change the whole forward line. Rizzo picks it off. She's going to march in on Richards. Gets through one, tries to get through another. Landstrom fires it. It got blunted a little bit. Centering feed, Rizzo almost got it to herself. Latour pinched in from the point. Rizzo and Latour battle for that puck. Kept in by Menachillo, who sells out. Latour gets bumped from behind, and that sends the puck out of the zone. Rizzo's going to chase that down on the far side. She'll pick it up, gain the line of center, and try to dump it in, but it was blocked by one of the Angels. San Diego now going through neutral ice, and that line out there for the Rockets are not making it easy for them. The Angels have to dump it in, and they battle every inch for possession. Comes to the point, there's a shot. Doesn't get all the way through, but Dixon Child does cover it up as it ends up there. 8:15 remaining, period 1. There's a scoreboard on the other side, but it's not in operation. So I have to look to a sharp angle over my left shoulder to check the score and time. The Rockets are the guests, but the guests sort of have an advantage because they can see the scoreboard for the whole of 2 periods, and the home team does not get that benefit. So if I were the home team, I would want the guest bench, I suppose. Icing the call, and the Rockets will change it up. Jacobus, Hansen, and Nieves. 21, 9, and 11. Debbie Rizzo on the chat is giving us the shots on goal because we don't have the benefit of that here so far in any of the rinks that we've been at. So far 7-1 for the Rockets. Here comes CC Nieves, number 11, hits the brakes, turns, and looks for Peyton Jacobus in the middle. PJ takes a shot. It came off the near side wall. There you get a good look at it. Nieves bats it forward, but knocked it down then with the stick. Hansen has it, looking for room, finds Nieves. Nieves back to Hansen as they play catch and work the cycle. A lot of room behind the end line. That will definitely favor at least this line for the Rockets, who does the cycle so well. Nieves shot, Hansen redirected in the front, but Linton made the save. That one offered at the net, and Linton covered it up. So the Rockets generating a lot of offensive chances here. None of the super high quality, but a lot of shots already with 7:10 left in the first period, and the score is 0-0. Off the draw, Angels will win it and take it right out of the zone. Jizik was the one with it. Chloe Jizik with it, gains the line for a moment, but it comes back out and in, so offside the call. Rockets change it up as McDonald, Bruno, and Dandy are out there. Here's Bruno. She's going to pick it up, take a shot. It goes just wide, but it dies off the end boards, and that allows Bruno to get to it. 16 against 16, Bruno against Richards. Kept in at the point by Grace Matone. Actually, she was on the ice before, but we didn't mention it. Back to Autumn Dooley. Rockets have to wait for Bruno to get on side. Aaron clears the zone, but it's sent in by Ginther. for the Angels. Neutral zone play goes now to the far end where the Rockets pick it up and try to get out of the zone. They haven't given many chances to San Diego. And here comes Hope Menikillo just on for the Rockets. Menikillo bears down, gets in, takes a shot, it goes just wide. Tries to recover it below the end line. Rockets change behind the play. There's Luisa Rizzo hustling in, and Lauren Barbara Landstrom, 22. Angels take it the other way, gain the offensive line, looking to get through. There's a shot, Dixon Child with the save and clears it away with the paddle of the stick. Angels keep it in at the point and send it back down low. They change behind the play, so the Rockets should have a little room to break out. Matone picks it up. Menikillo uses the body as a shield. Rizzo picks it up. She's got one to beat. Rizzo bears down, takes a shot off the blocker and nearly trickled in. Rizzo handcuffed Linton there, but Linton got just enough of it to keep it out of the net with 5:20 left in period number 1 of a scoreless game. Here's Hope Menikillo. Has Rizzo down the middle. Finds Rizzo, but she doesn't handle it. Rizzo now coming right at you. There's 13. Kim shakes her off. Latour battles Kim into the neutral zone, and Russo picks it up for the Angels. Spins, does the Gretzky curl, tries to set up a one-timer on the far side. It doesn't convert. Puck battle ensues below the end line. There's going to be a penalty on the Rockets, and it's going to be a trip or a hook or an interference, okay? Body check. Give me one of them. Body check is the call, and it is Landstrom going to the box with 4:52 left in period number 1. Actually, they do have the shots on goal on the board. It's 10-2 Rockets, so Debbie Rizzo, you're off the hook. On the penalty kill for the Rockets, let's see, it looks like up front, maybe Jacobus and Nieves. Hard to see from this angle. I can't see uniform numbers from this end because their backs are to me. So the penalties are 1.5 minutes for minors. Off the draw, Angels trying to set it up. Here's a potential break. Nieves has it, sends the puck forward, chips it, keeps chipping it, sends it toward the net. Jacobus tries to set up on the far side circle. Nieves with it, turns, looks, reverses it, takes on 2 defenders. Jacobus comes in for a little help, but quickly retreats so as to not get caught low. Caputo and Fox, the defense pairing for the next 55 seconds. So the Rockets kill off 35 seconds rather quickly on the penalty kill. Angels pick it up. Kim sends it forward as they tap it through the neutral zone. Good connection there, allows them to get the puck in, but Fox sees it and gets it out. Jacobus is going to take a run at that one and be the first forechecker in there. Richards plays it back and then up to Jizik. Jizik gains the line offensively and hits the brakes, looking to set it up for San Diego. Centering feed doesn't get all the way through. Jizik in the corner, another centering feed, and that doesn't get all the way through. Shot from between the points goes wide, and there's 15 seconds left in the penalty kill. Jacobus with it, sends it for Nieves. Jacobus heads off for a change. Nieves will remain in pursuit. McDonald jumps out. There's Maddie, tries to take a poke with the stick, doesn't convert. Jizik picks it up and gains the offensive zone line. The Rockets kill it off. There's Landstrom hustling from left to right as the penalty boxes are on the opposite side from the benches. The benches are on the near side. The boxes are on the far side. Your YouTube right for now are where the benches are. Bruno leaves it for Dandy and gets it back below the end line. Bruno looking, centering feed. Linton saw it and rebuffed her chance there. Puck comes right at you, and Latour hustles in to grab it. There you see Lily, 76. Follows it along the boards, and Bruno covers the point on the left side as Latour will stay and play offensively. The versatile Latour, you've seen her play goalie, you've seen her play forward, and you've seen her play defense as Rizzo Vision has rejoined the Rockets only just a few weeks ago. Here's Dandy with a shot, was looking for that top right corner, but Linton flashed the leather and snared it with the glove and held on. So that draws the offensive zone face-off with 2:31 left in the first period. 0-0 between the Rockets in black and the Angels in white. The Angels from San Diego enjoying the wonderful New Hampshire weather today. We haven't seen the snow yet, but there was ice. Here's Latour, gonna bring it all the way in, take a shot. Linton got the glove on it, but didn't snare it. Meester sends it forward, but it's kept in. Rizzo picks it up. Rizzo looking for room, fires a shot. Linton kicked it away with the right pad. Rizzo recovers the rebound, looks for somebody in the middle, finds Minichello. Minichello, now Rizzo shot, big save with the right pad by Linton. Rizzo's been all over it so far. Chips it, trying to get it back to herself, 1-on-2. It comes to the point. Fired in by Matone. Landstrom will pick it up. A lot of room behind the net. Sends it up the middle. She sent it off the outside of the cage, and it changed direction, but it didn't connect. Angels send it down. Icing. Big shift right there for the Rockets. They almost put one in, and they'll have an offensive zone draw with Jacobus, Hansen, and Nieves. We'll see who's taking the draw. It's Tootie. Francesca Hansen, 9, will take it. Jacobus lines up in the slot. Nieves to your right. Caputo at the point to your right, which is the left point. And Fox lined up between the points, but already the puck goes down to the other end. 0-0. Rockets and the Angels. Rockets have been all over it here. Here comes Hansen, one to beat, turns it out wide, hits the brakes, now sends it down low, hoping the Rockets can start the cycle. Angels are going to race to it, but Caputo pinches in to get there first. There you see Haley, number 10, and PJ Jacobus, 21. Give and go, Jacobus gets it, gets a shot off, Linton saves it and covers it up. So McKinley Linton has been sharp early. And number 3 has kept the Angels in it as the Rockets have now piled up 14 shots to 2. And that one probably the best of the scoring chances, or at least among the top 5. Off the draw, Montgrain picks it up and races it all the way into the offensive zone. Has to dump it in as Caputo met her there. Battle for it below the end line on the far side. Centering attempt, hit a Rocket in front. Wheeling and trying to shoot it. Another blocked shot by the Rockets. Boy, they did such a tremendous job blocking shots in the Dallas game yesterday. And now there's coming free. One of the Angels just had a good close shot and just missed the net. And Dixon Child was down, covering the low side, and there's a whistle that stops play. I think it's offside. And 37 seconds even on the clock, so what figures to be the last shift of the period. Oh, maybe it was a hand pass. Figures to be the last shift of the period will be Maddie McDonald on the dot, Aaron Bruno in the slot, Bryn Dandy on the far side wing, Matone and Dooley at the points, far side to near side. Rockets try to establish the offense here. Bruno battles in front. Bruno and Meester battling it. Shot and a good screen by Bruno. That one got through and Linton had to make the save with 20 seconds left in the period. Bruno behind the end line sends it around, and Jizik is going to get there for the Angels. Dandy puts the pressure on. McDonald puts the pressure on. Coming up the middle with 10 seconds, here are the Angels. They dump it in. Rockets have 7 seconds to kill with it behind their end line. Dooley has it. Dooley is going to keep it and be able to extinguish the period with a 0-0 tie. And the longest buzzer in the history of hockey rink buzzers has now gone off. Shots on goal, 15-3 for the Rockets, and we will go and take a walk. You get to see some of the fans in attendance here from all sides. Hello, mister. There's plenty of seats, but a lot of people choosing to not use them. There are the Rockets' brethren. Say hello, everybody, or not. Hopefully I don't trip over the goalie's stick here. She's locked in taping. Hi, Kelly. Here's the scorers and the refs and the penalty box. Andy Menichello checking in. All of the Rockets faithful making a lot of noise at whatever time it is in the morning, or none, or none. And in that brief amount of time, I think I'm going to kick Anthony Matone out of his spot. He was holding it for me. Thank you. And now we've done it. We've switched sides. Well, that wasn't too painful. At least I got some of my steps in. So not only have we switched ends, but we've switched sides. So now you can see the benches, and you can see that there is a scoreboard, even if you can't read the scoreboard. But you'll get a good look at the offense. Rockets will start it out with Landstrom between Rizzo and Minichello up front. Liftoff, period 2. Landstrom won the draw to herself for a moment, but the Angels pick it up and send it back the other way. Shot on goal quickly, and Dixon Child kicks it away. Another one comes through, loose in the goal mouth, picked up. Rizzo had it, centered it, trying to get it back herself. And so far, the Angels picking up the play here early in period 2. Fox and Caputo on D to start it out. Sent forward, can't get it clear of the point. Brought back in, turning, shooting, and it goes wide for San Diego. They center it again. Rizzo picks it up, sends it to Minichello, and they'll break out 2-on-2. Minichello with it on the far side, comes toward the middle with it, looking. Rizzo trying to establish position in front. Minichello had it taken away, but Landstrom picks it up. Minichello heads to the bench for a change. The period of the long change, but if you do it right, it's the short change. Nieves jumps on. Nieves picked that one away with a little help from Landstrom. Sends it off the boards for Jacobus. Jacobus might get behind the D, doesn't have the angle. Hits it to the middle. Nieves shot, save with the mask by Linton. So Nieves nearly puts him on. Here's Hansen, looking to send it to the middle. Jacobus was there, but Jizik got there first. Rockets buzzing here, 16-5 edge in shots on goal, but still nothing. Sent in by Matone, right at you. It bounds off the boards, and Richards picks it up. Richards looks and is now hounded by Jacobus, sent up the middle, knocked down by Matone, gets through one, walks it in, shoots, Linton saved, doesn't catch it, but got the glove on it. So that might be where there is some opportunity for the Rockets. Linton has gotten the glove on all of them, but hasn't snared it with the glove. So there might be a rebound or two there. Hansen waits for that one to come down low. It doesn't get there. Now she's got to clear the zone, but it is offside. .52 left, period 2. No score between the Rockets and the Angels. Boy, if you're watching from the San Diego area, I'm not sure if the link got past there, but, well, by the time you're watching it, it might be on demand. But if you're watching it live, then you're very dedicated because it's just past 5 a.m. And the sun won't even have risen probably by the time this game is over. And so that's the body clock of the Angels girls. Hopefully they've adjusted. They look like they have adjusted. They've come out with energy here, especially in the pregame. Nice rituals that they had, very team-oriented, a lot of huddles and a lot of good chatter for early in the morning, especially early for them. Angels pick it up, trying to move it out, Kim, but it's picked off by Latour. Latour left it for McDonald, who sends it to the point. Madura fires it, loose for a moment, actually wasn't loose. Linton never yielded the rebound, and Bruno and McDonald were there just in case it did. So a big hold for Linton that she didn't let the rebound hit the ice because the Rockets might well have put it in. McDonald on the dot. Bruno in the slot. McDonald tries to win it toward Bruno. Dandy picks it up. Latour's shot was blunted. Spins around, gets it toward Dandy, but it'll serve as a dump. Here's McDonald and Bruno playing catch and making Schaefer run around to try to find it. Centered it to a dangerous spot, but Dandy had already sort of flown by. 11:45 left, period 2. Rockets have put all the pressure on. Here's Menachillo with Bruno now coming down the middle. Menachillo shot, blocker save. Bruno sees the rebound, hacks at it, and Menachillo sends it just off the outside of the net. McDonald back to Menachillo, has a little room, centers it, stick lift there. Bruno pounds at it, Linton covers and holds on. So in between lines there, Menachillo was the first to come out, and she got a half shift with McDonald and Bruno, and it almost converted. Landstrom on the dot, Rizzo in the slot, Menachillo sets up on the far side. Matone between the points, Dooley at the far point. Landstrom won the draw, actually, for a moment. Rizzo's going to pick it up, tries to center it. Presses Meester against the boards there, tries to center it again. Landstrom had won it, but it went off of the referee's skate. Here's Rizzo spinning, trying to get it to Menachillo. Couldn't quite get it there. Matone pinches in from the point, gives Meester a hit for her money, and prevents a clean breakout, but the Angels do break it in. Centering attempt. No, they don't center it. And the shot came from Sarah Ginther, and Clem Dixon-Child grabs it with the glove and holds on. Off the draw, Angels win it. Shot by Meester from the point, gets down low. Dixon-Child, one save, and sends the rebound over for Matone to pick up. Rizzo tries to chip it. Rizzo has a chance for a 2-on-1. Has Menachillo down the middle. Sauces it over. Oh, and it just bounces over Hope's stick. They had the 2-on-1. Rizzo battles Meester for position. Menachillo gets one off, and it goes just wide. Landstrom picks it up, looking to center it. Sent it through two sets of legs, one of her own, one of the opposition. Picked up and sent down low by Matone, who will stay low for a moment at least. Here's Landstrom reversing it for Rizzo. Rizzo picks it off, looking, has a lot of room, sends it over for now Nieves, who's jumped on. Nieves sends it back this side. Rizzo will go cover the point as Dooley picks it up. Dooley tried to send it down low, now knocks it down with the hip, and it's a loose puck over there. Landstrom presses to try to keep it in, and it's cleared out by Jizik, but the Rockets do recover it. Rockets are going to need a change. Landstrom and Rizzo have been out for a while. They want to definitely get off as soon as they can, but the Angels will bring it in on offense and prevent that from happening. Play is definitely picked up from a physical side. Here comes Nieves. Rizzo will jump off, and on comes Hansen on the far side. Here's Cece. You get a good look at 11. Nieves working it along the boards where she's so good, and this one will go to Richards, but it comes back to Jacobus. Jacobus looks for somebody. Hansen had it for a moment, and Nieves is going to pick it back up. Look for Hansen. Francesca has it below the end line, tried a backhand wraparound, but Linton got the stick on it, the goaltender, just before she could get it all the way through. Rockets turn, regroup. Richards picks it up, picked off. Here comes Jacobus, takes a shot. Linton got it with the Angels logo on the front of her jersey and swept the rebound away. Rockets up to 20 shots and have yielded 6. Neither team has scored. Here's Hansen looking to dump it in and does. Nieves will try to chase it down from the opposite side. A lot of room back there. Nieves got a break there and picked it up. Here is Fox, shot, save, rebound. Hansen centered it. Oh, she had Nieves over there, but it didn't get through. Almost got it through.
Down in front.
Rockets have an offensive zone draw with 10:37. Was that 8:37? I can't see that clock so good. Left in the period, 8:34. It looks like Hansen redirects in front on the screen, but Linton made the save. Nieves picks it up and wheels, looking, sending it to herself. Flips it up and it goes over. And why does the ref stand in my way? Get out of the way. Here's a one-timer through traffic. Rebound in front. It didn't get all the way through. Angels trying to pick it up, but now the puck just won't sit for them. Russo tries to get it. Can't do it. Now Richards picks it up. She's been out there for a while. Comes to the point. Quickly sent down into the mixer. Hansen got a piece but Schaefer just got enough of it to get it out of the slot. 7:53 left, period 2. 0-0. The Rockets have scored first in both of their games so far. But they haven't scored yet here. Neither team has. Meester got it, was trying to fire it through, but the Rockets blocked the shot. So they're Deputy Rizzo says that the shots are 22-10. The scoreboard here says 23-6. Rockets are beginning to change. Bruno's out there. Was hoping that puck would come to neutral ice. Fox knocked it down. Loose in front. Stuff shot kicked away with the right pad by Dixon Child. Bruno looking to get on the break there. Gets it at least out of the zone. She's 1-on-4. Has to dump it. Rockets will complete the rest of the forward line change behind the play. The Angels move it up the near side, but can't get it out. Bryn Dandy with it now, looking to center it or dump it, and she dumps it off the end boards. Bruno fights it out, centering feed. Linton was trying to smack it away. Latour has it, chips it off the boards, trying to chip it to herself, couldn't get through the traffic. Dandy covering the point, will turn, send it, redirect attempt by McDonald, and then Bruno, but it goes all the way through and wide. Here's another shot from the point. Dandy reaching, but can't corral it. McDonald picks it up at the point. Bruno gets creamed in front, and there's going to be a penalty on the goalie. Linton with another cross-check. They could give her 2 if they want to. And they call the roughing. It's definitely on the goalie. But we'll see if somebody can serve the penalty. There were 2, and Bruno just got brutally cross-checked by Linton. She's not in the crease, so the goalie has no real right to push. I mean, you could push, but you can't do that. Angels are going to have to find somebody to serve it.
Hold it on 14.
We'll see if it... Looks like Rosalie Russo is going to serve the one on the goalie. Rockets start out on the power play. Hansen on the dot, Nieves in the slot. Latour on the far wing. Fox on the far point, and Jacobus sets up between the points. So Latour playing defense in this game, but on the power play switches with Jacobus and plays forward. But the Rockets will move around on that power play. Well, you could end up seeing Jacobus or even Fox in front of the net at some point. 1:30 on the penalty clock, 6:22 on the game clock for period 2. Fox and Jacobus exchange. Jacobus sends it down low, but Schaefer knocked it away before Hansen could get on it. Brought out of the zone shorthanded by San Diego. Barda, I guess, now Debbie Rizzo says is in the box, but it looked like Russo, 18. Rockets dump it in. Already half a minute gone from the 1.5-minute power play. Here comes Nieves looking to get it set up to Jacobus, and does. Fox trying to get it set up on the far side. Nieves plays give and go with Jacobus, but can't connect. They're trying to go high-low zigzag and open Hansen in front. That's who you want. You want 9 to get it and finish it. Nieves picks it up, looking, finds Jacobus between the points. Shot redirected by Hansen, and it's in! It's 2D time! 1-0 Rockets with 5:25 left in period number 2. Francesca Hansen with the redirect in front. And the Rockets convert on the power play, just like they drew it up. In this case, literally like they drew it up. It's not an expression. That's exactly what they wanted to do, and they did it. Jacobus, the shot from between the points. Hansen in front screening and got the redirection to have that puck find the back of the net on shot number 24, the first time they've beaten McKinley Linton. 1-0 Rockets. 24-7 the shots that we see on the screen. It might be a little bit different online. on the NGHL site, which, by the way, kudos to the NGHL. They put on such a great tournament. There's a shot by McDonald that almost found its way in. There you see Maddie, 19. Sent toward the point, kept in by Matone. Sent right back down to you. McDonald was looking to get it to Bruno, but Meester picked it up and took it away. Comes to the point on the far side, kept in by Dooley and the Rockets. This is what they've been doing so well this game. It finally paid off on the power play, but they've had very good possession and they've used the extra space in this rink to their advantage. On the give and go, McDonald gets a shot off, save, rebound, shot by Dandy is covered up by Litton. So McDonald and Dandy both looking for the 5-hole there, but Linton covers it up and keeps it a 1-0 game. The Rockets have struck first now, 3 out of 3 games here at the NGHL MLK tournament. Hansen on the dot. Jacobus will set up in the slot. Nieves just to your right. Fox and Caputo at the points. Hansen wins it to Nieves. Caputo with the shot one time, got it through traffic, but just wide. Angels pick it up. 3 Rockets converge. And here is Caputo, sends it toward the net, but it didn't get all the way through. Richards knocked it down. Nieves picks it up on the near side and rushes in. CC looking for Hansen, who has the lone goal so far. One-timer from Caputo. Hansen was there hoping it would get through, but Richards picked it up again and sends it down for the icing if it has enough to get over the line, and it does. Rockets will set up in the offensive zone. 3:55 left, period 2. They lead it 1-0 over the San Diego Angels. Rockets will change it up. Landstrom will talk with Menichello, and Menichello will take the face-off. Landstrom in the slot. Rizzo on the near side wing. Rizzo. Won by the Angels and sent around by Ginther, but Rockets will pick it up on the far side. Fox sends it from Menichello, centers, but Rizzo was right in front of the goal. Menichello put it into a dangerous area, but there was no Rocket there at the moment. Brought in by Monkrain, sent down low. Rockets battling along the boards on the near side. Rizzo picks it up, chips it, and it comes out toward Menichello, who gets a piece of it and forwards it a little further down. Meester picks it up, looking, turning, sends it back from whence it came, but Menichello knocked it away. Landstrom has it, sends it off the back of the goal. Rizzo comes down, picks it off, turns, centers. Too high for Landstrom, too low for Menichello. Menichello picks it up, steers it out of the zone, gets cross-checked from behind, and the Rockets will have another power play. Let's see if Dixon Child gets out of the net, and she races to the net now. Rockets still with possession, and now it's touched up. So the second power play of the game will go once again to the Rockets as Menichello took the cross-check. They'll call it a body check. We'll call it a 1.5-minute penalty. And with 2:56 left in period 2, they will look to build on their 1-0 lead. The goal scorer is in the center of your device or TV. That's Francesca Hansen. She scored on the power play just a few minutes ago to open the scoring. She'll take the draw. Lily Latour in the slot. Cici Nieves on the wing to your right. And Jacobus and Fox will start out at the points right to left in your purview. Off the draw, Nieves sends it to Jacobus, and they play catch once again. Back to Jacobus, looking to get it redirected by Hansen in front. And Latour was looking for a goal mouth puck, but it didn't happen. Here's Latour, looking. Sends it to the point for Jacobus. Jacobus picks it up back to Latour. Latour is going to curl through the middle, finds a couple of defenders there, and Schaefer is the one to have when you're having more than one. Sends it down the other way for the icing. We'll do it all again. Hansen on the dot, Latour in the slot, Nieves to your right, Jacobus at the point to your right. Fox sets up between the points. Off the draw, Hansen tries to forward it. Fox keeps it in between the points. Batted out of the zone on the far side. Here come the Angels. This is Ginther. Sarah Ginther gets in, and there's screaming. Not sure why everybody's screaming over there. Maybe it was just a great defensive play. Thought maybe it was a goal, but it was not. 28 seconds left in the Rocket power play. Sent up, bouncing puck. Hansen leaves it for the striding Nieves. Nieves back to Hansen, but can't connect. Rockets will pick it up for a moment anyway, and now going the other way is Bortz. Bortz had it, lost it. Jacobus picks it up with 12 on the power play. Tees it up, blocked by Richards, comes to your corner right here. Bortz picks it up, gets it out of the zone, gets bumped over there, and they're going to call a penalty on Latour, or no, is it just the icing? It is going to be Latour for the body check with 1:21 left in period 2, and the Rockets on the penalty kill now after taking a 1-0 lead on their first power play and not converting on power play number 2. Discrepancy in the shot count. The NGHL site is saying 27-11, but the scoreboard in front of us is saying 28-7. So the Rockets have a big advantage either way. Now they're on the penalty kill. McDonald and Bruno up front. Batone on the back line with Dooley, or is it Madura? It's a righty. Sent out of the zone. So more time on the penalty clock than the game clock. Reversed by Kim, sent up the far wing and out. Jizik has it over the line of center and dumps it in with 47 seconds left in the period. All of it will be on a power play unless something changes penalty-wise. That one chipped out. 2 Angels ahead of Bruno, and turning and flipping it out of the zone. The Rockets will take that all day and twice on Sunday, which is today. Wristed in. Linton had to make a save. Rockets 26 seconds left in the period, killing a penalty and doing a good job of it, not letting the Angels set up. Sent out right out of the zone, 14 seconds. Rockets might want to get a little offensive here if they can, the way that things are going. Rizzo now out with Dandy up front to kill off the rest of the period penalty. And 2 seconds and 1, that will do it. Big period for the Rockets, 28-7 the shots on the board, even if the NGHL site says differently. And a 1-0 lead for the Rockets on the power play goal by Tootie, Francesca Hansen. We are going to go back to where we were in period number 1. Let me get our steps in. I have my offensive pulling guard, Anthony Matone, like the Green Bay Packers. There's all the hellos. I'll give you a look at the Sandigans as we walk by. Hopefully I said that right. And we negotiate all the way back.
All right. Have a good day.
Got that? Yeah.
And she was saying, yeah, they get ice next year, but they don't have the other ones.
And what is going on here? Well, I guess they gave me a little more time than expected because apparently we're having an ice cut between periods. So that was unexpected. I was hustling and here I didn't need to. Well, we'll give you a look at the ice cut and probably throw it on mute for a little while to rest the voice, but we'll be back in probably about 8 or 9 minutes, hopefully. Usually it's reserved for AAA, where you'll cut the ice once between periods, but in this case they're doing it here, so Stay tuned. Set a timer for about 8 or 9 minutes and come back and you should see a third period that includes fresh ice. Okay, we are kind of back. The ice cut has taken place, and if you've just tuned in, it's not the beginning of the game, it's the commencement of the third period almost upon us. And the Rockets have a 1-0 lead over the San Diego Angels. And they had an ice cut between periods 2 and 3. Rockets with a 28-7 advantage in the shots, and they will have 8 seconds shorthanded to kill off to start the period. Clem Dixon Child has gone all the way. Wanted to play this game with her California roots and ties to the Angels. The Angels have cool uniforms. Their Angels logo, it says Angels in script across the front, very similar to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, or whatever they're called now, the baseball team. And there you can maybe get a slightly better look. Good color scheme, nice kits. And the A in Angels has wings and a halo, so pretty neat design there. Similar to the baseball team jerseys that they've had at some point. So they had the ice cut, but they did leave a landing strip right down the middle of the slot. It may be hard to see, but interesting that would happen. And the Rockets here now getting set for period number 3. They'll start it out with Lily Latour in the box, serving the rest of her checking penalty, and PJ Jacobus up front with CC Nieves. Underway, period number 3. Rockets with a 1-0 lead. They'll need to win this one in regulation if they want to have any designs of advancing to the semifinals. First shot comes in from the Angels. Power play ends, and Latour heads out of the box and into the play. 15-minute periods here, and if the Rockets can hold on and win this in regulation, they'll have 4 points for the tournament and an afternoon game with the New Mexico Mustangs, trying to see if they could get it to 7, and if 7 is enough to get them into the top 4 of the 11-team bracket, then they'll play early on Monday morning in a semifinal game. If not, they'll play a consolation game probably in the 9 or 10 o'clock hour, but we'll see it pop up on Rizzo Vision once we know, but still a lot of hockey to play before we get there. Rockets bringing into the offensive zone now for the first time. Jacobus with Nieves. There you see CC and Hansen. Here's Francesca. She has the lone goal. It was a power play goal. Sends it down low for Jacobus. Centering attempt is nullified there by Sydney Walters, 80. Sarah is 2, or Kaylin is 2. Hansen tries the wraparound, and the right pad by Linton keeps it a 1-0 game. Matone will pinch in from the point on the far side. She's on defense with Autumn Dooley. Here's Walters sending it forward. Angels will move it in. That's Monkbrain. Gets banged up there in the corner. And the Rockets on their heels a little bit here early on, as the Angels have had their best offensive run in the first minute and a half of period 2. Rockets will change behind the play. Bruno heads out along with McDonald and Dandy. McDonald picks it off, marches down the middle, shoots, and she scores! Maddie McDonald makes it 2-0 for the Rockets with 13:15 left in period number 3. McDonald picked off the clearing attempt, got right into the circle, and fired that one past McKinley Linton to double the lead for the Rockets. Big goals early on in periods can be difference makers, and especially when you're holding a 1-0 lead, to double that is something that the Rockets wish they would have been able to do in the previous 2 games. One a shootout loss, and the other a 4-1 defeat. They had a 1-0 lead in both of those games, and this one, of course. Battle for the puck along the far side corner, just opposite from where we are. McDonald shoving, Dandy shoving, all the forwards over there, along with Bruno. McDonald finally dishes it out. Here, who's trying to find Bruno on the far side. Madura jumped in from the point to try to knock it down, and two Angels collide at center ice. Now Bruno picks it up, tries to turn the corner on the far side, gets wheeled off there neatly by Richards. Reversed up the far side, and the Rockets pick it off. Here's Latour coming down with the backhand. It didn't get through. Schaefer blocked it. Comes right back down to Latour. Reverses it, sends it to a dangerous spot, but nobody there. Rizzo jumped on all the way in the back. She's playing safety for Latour on D. Madura gets back as well, knocks that one away, sends it for Rizzo. Rizzo has Landstrom on one side, will dump it in on net, and Linton has to go make a play. Made it easily, but oh, Landstrom with a big hit right there, and she's going to the box. So with 11:42 left in the third period, and the Rockets holding a 2-0 lead, Lauren Barbara Landstrom will get called for the check. And the Rockets will go shorthanded for a minute and a half. The defense has been sound. They have a 29-8 lead in shots according to the scoreboard here. Rizzo and Menichello will start the penalty kill up front, as that line had just gotten out there. Rizzo will take the draw. Typically, if it's Rizzo and Menichello together, Rizzo will take the draws on the right side and Menichello on the left. Knocked down, Menichello picks it up, 1-on-4. Rizzo stays passive and lets Menichello do the forechecking. Now Rizzo joins the fray and forces the play up the middle, where Caputo is going to pick it up and send it right back in. It went off the glove of Menichello, picked up by the Angels and moved out of the zone. But Fox picks it up, sends it right back to the middle, but an Angel was there. Menichello got the stick hooked and yanked right out of her hand. No call, but probably it was just a conventional tie-up. Rizzo sells out to try to get that puck out of the zone and does. Dumped right at you by Haley Caputo. Rizzo, the one forechecking, picks it up, got it knocked away by Jizik, and Nieves now out to kill as she changed for Menichello. Sent in off the pad of Dixon Child, loose in front, and Clem decides to just cover it up. Stop play. Rizzo heads to the bench, and on jumps Jacobus to take the draw. 27 seconds left in the San Diego power play. Rockets with a 2-0 lead. Hansen on the power play in the second. McDonald at even strength early in the third. Rockets have generated a lot of offense, even if it hasn't shown on the score part of the scoreboard. Here's Nieves. Really what you'd like to do if you're the Rockets, if you're in control, you're going to need to score some goals if you have aspirations to move into the next round. Here's a pickoff by Jacobus. We'll take it all the way around, looking, waiting for position to establish. Finds Dooley for a shot. Autumn's shot is into the glove of McKinley Linton. And the whistle stops play with 9:30 left in the third period. Rockets up 2-0. So the shots on the NGHL website say 30-14 for the Rockets, but here it's 30-9 on the scoreboard. Either way, the Rockets have at least doubled San Diego's shots, or maybe tripled. And Hansen gets it in front, and it's Tootie time twice as Hansen puts it in with 9:55 left in the third period. The Rockets take a 3-0 lead. Francesca Hansen got it in front and flipped it over Linton for the 3-0 edge. Rockets were not given the benefit of the change there. The defensemen were still hustling out onto the ice as the puck was being dropped. So disaster averted. So that now they have the 3-goal edge. What does this mean looking forward? And of course the game's not over and anything can happen. There's a shot, Dixon Child steers it aside. Anything can happen, the game's not over. But in a tournament, you have to be thinking a little bit holistically. You're managing the idea of not just a game, but trying to advance to the next round. And here comes Cici Nieves with none of those thoughts. These are fan thoughts and coach thoughts maybe. Centered in front, Hansen almost had the hat trick there. She redirected it, but it didn't get through. Angels bring it in, knocked away. I think that was Matone. Comes up the far side now. Bruno tries to dig it out. Here comes Hansen, right down the middle, looking, sends it back into the mixer, but couldn't get it to Bruno. Kept in at the point by Latour. Latour still battling for it. McDonald heads out of the zone. Bruno to try to pick it up. Angels bring it into the offensive zone, but it's knocked away by Bruno. Sends it to McDonald. McDonald gets sort of hooked and sort of tripped, and the Angels player lost the stick. McDonald shoots, fired it wide. Linton had the glove up there. Sent in front, and it gets through the screen, and Linton had to make a save. The goalie lost the stick. Bruno battles for it. Goalie tries to get her stick back and does. And of course the ref has to stand right in the way. I try to get out of the way of the ref. Here comes Latour. Keeps it in down low. Bruno will cover the point for Latour. Latour tries to back it in front or find McDonald. Either one she would have taken. Neither one was the result. 7:55 now remaining in the third period. Rockets with a 3-0 lead. So their goals for and goals against is a -1 as we stand, and this is an even enough game where if you're putting in goals all the way through to the end, I mean, you're not taking your foot off the gas here. You got to get as many as you can for the sake of the tournament. It's not like it's 11-0 here, it's 3. But if they can get it to 4 or 5, they need to help that goal difference if they want to have aspirations to advance to the next round. It might be a tiebreaker. Here comes Rizzo to the near side wall to try to get it. Exchanges with Matone for a moment, but they got crossed up, and the Angels bring it out of the zone and dump it in. Murdoch sent it down. Landstrom out with Rizzo and Minichello now. They've completed the full change. And Landstrom will grab it, send it a little too north of Minichello, but lost there. Hope chips it forward. Hope turns the corner. Here's Minichello, 48. Centering feed for Rizzo. Rizzo was trying to push it forward, but didn't get a clean fire on it. Matone to Rizzo, chips it. 2 or 3 Angels there. Rizzo tried to get it to the point, or Meester did. Sent at the net, through the screen, Landstrom provided, and Linton couldn't see it but made the save. Rizzo goes all the way to the other side to battle for it, and it will be picked up by Dooley. Sent in offside as Matone did not see Landstrom. Was shielded by 1 or 2 of the Angels, and they call. Now this is where they call the intentional offside. That's not an intentional offside. The player, if you don't see the player, you're not doing it intentionally. An intentional offside is when it's obvious that you know you're committing an offside, and we saw a couple of those yesterday, and none of them were called. So sort of a strange time for it to be called when that clearly looked like it was not an intentional offside. Here comes Nieves out racing, gets in low, kick save with the right pad by Linton. Rockets now up 3-0. Final 6 minutes, 32-11 edge in shots on goal, but they need to keep pouring it on. And they have another game this afternoon against the New Mexico Mustangs. Well, they'll have to do the same if they want to have any aspirations of advancing. Hansen had it in front. Jacobus to Hansen, flipped at the net, but saved by Linton. Hansen has 2. She bookended goals. A goal by McDonald. Hansen in the second period on the power play. McDonald early in the third, and then Hansen here later in the third. Hansen will take the draw. Referee kicks Jizik out. because one of her teammates was over the line in the zone. Jizik will jump to get that one. She tripped on her own over Caputo's skates, so a good non-call. No, there was no trip there. Jizik was maybe trying to draw one. Caputo wasn't even looking at her. And we'll do it all again. Hansen on the dot, Jacobus in the slot, Nieves on the near side wing. Madura between the points and Latour at the near side point. There's Lily all the way to your right, behind Cece. Jacobus draws back a little bit. Hansen watches Jizik walk through with it. Jizik gets it to center and dumps it in with the backhand, but Madura knocks it away and picks it up before it could get low. Angels now with it low. Centering feed for Bortz on her butt. She tries to shoot but doesn't get it off. Sent up the middle, trying to spring Hansen was Jacobus. But the last line of defense was Schaefer, and she made good on knocking it down. Rockets cannot afford to take their foot off the gas. They have a 3-0 lead, but they need to build on it as much as they can. Here's Nieves, has Latour coming down the middle. Nieves with a shot, rebound in front off the shoulder save. Madura picks it up, tries to get it down low, but Nieves knocked it down and picked it up. Back to Madura at the point. Madura can't get it through. Angels trying to clear, but Madura keeps stepping in. Latour's up there as well, and Nieves retreats out of the zone to pick up a loose puck. Hansen gets it at the part of the ice in front of both benches and tried to negotiate through, but a couple of Angels there prevented her from doing it. Bruno grabs it at center ice, backhands it in for the dump. Rockets will change behind the play. McDonald will pick it up on the far side wing and try to send it down low for Bruno. Picked up by the Angels. Richards now kept in off Walters. Here comes a low shot and a goal! Bryn Dandy makes it 4-0 for the Rockets with 4:11 left in the third period. Dandy gets it in close and flips it over the prone Linton to increase the Rockets' lead, and they're doing exactly what they set out to do. Not just the plan, but the execution of it. They needed not just to win, but win by enough to erase their goal deficit, which is now at even. The Angels have been game, but they've been outshot at least 35-11 on the scoreboard here, and 37-16 according to the NGHL site. Referee going over to the Angels bench to discuss something. I could theoretically just walk over there and listen, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So the Rockets being coached by John Sparks with their head man, Jeremy Jacobus, back in Pennsylvania, ailing from the flu, but hopefully this is a little elixir in the morning to make Coach feel better, and we want him better as soon as possible. And Paul Landstrom, also ailing with, he'd be on the IR with a bad back, but Paul Landstrom doesn't go on the IR. He's behind the bench helping out John Sparks. Rockets dump it in on the offside. Bruno's not going to be able to get to that one, but was there to hustle for it. Does a nice little pirouette. The part-time figure skater. Did you know that? Aaron Bruno, number 16. Rockets change it up with 3:50 remaining. Landstrom with Menikillo and Rizzo up front. Matone on the back line with Dooley. Far side face-off. Off the draw. Menikillo sends it for Rizzo. Doesn't have the break, but knocks it down, picks it up, shoots it way high. It bounds off the boards. Menikillo picks it up, chips it off the boards to herself, looking to get it to the middle. Jizik knocked it down. Schaefer picks it up. Rizzo intercepted that pass for a moment. Chipped into the mixer by Dooley. Landstrom has it, knocks it down, turns, wheels, trying to shoot or get it to Rizzo. It gets at the net and bounced up, but Linton kept it out. Landstrom almost found the puck into the net with a sharp angle shot. It bounced up on Linton and it didn't go over her, it just bounced straight up and she was able to cover it. Offensive zone draw. And they will kick out the Angel again. It looked like Bortz is just lining up over the line. She did it again, but this time they let it go. Off the draw, knocked down by Minichello, was trying to shovel it at the net. Rizzo will pursue behind. Got a piece of it with the skate, but Richards had it bounce right into her stride, and she takes it into neutral ice. Rockets just keeping the pressure on as they need to as we tick down to 3 minutes left. They have a 4-0 lead. They're on their way to their first win of the tournament, and that will ignite a little hope for an advancement if possible. Long odds. Here's Landstrom, sent it to the middle. It was kicked by one of the Angels, and Linton saw the redirection and was able to make the save. This line's buzzing on the shift. They haven't converted yet in the tournament. They nearly did a few times. Rizzo and Minichello try to force the turnover there. It doesn't happen. Jacobus now out for Landstrom. Rizzo got tripped behind the play and hustles to get out of the zone. Didn't actually have to because Walters brought it back in. If the defensive team brings the puck back into the zone, you don't have to clear it. Rizzo knocks it down, picks it up, dumps it forward, takes a little whack for her business and changes for Nieves. Hansen had it for a moment. Fox tries to move it forward. Here's a breakaway potential. Caputo trying to get back. It's a breakaway for Richards. Takes a shot. Dixon Child can't make the stop. Is it a goal or is it not? She did make the stop. Okay, there it is. I saw a referee pointing. Dixon Child stops the breakaway to keep it a 4-0 game with 1:48 left. And you're saying, why the celebration? Well, in these tournaments, you need every goal that you can get within reason. If it's a real lopsided affair, there is a bit of sportsmanship that'll come into play, but not in a 4-0 game. Here comes Nieves. Let's see if she can get through the middle. And she does get through one, shielded off by another. And Russo was the one to do that. Russo got away. No, she didn't get away with the hit, or did she? They call offside, but Russo was skating toward the box. I think she thought that she was going in the box. I thought she was, but with 1:24 left, they will play even. And McDonald with Dandy and Bruno. The draw, Angels win it, take it back into their own zone, but it's picked off. Here's Latour. Latour trying to turn the corner. Looking, seeing if she's got anybody at the point. Takes it all the way below the end line and turns around and sends it right back toward you with 1:08 left in the contest. Rockets up 4-0. They're going to win it, but they need to keep, they'll take another goal if they can get it. Here's Bruno. Tries to send it to the middle for either Latour or McDonald. Jezik with the check, got away with it. Loose in front, scramble, sent wide by Latour. Centering feed, McDonald gets a piece of it, and Latour was on her backside and couldn't knock it in. Otherwise, she would have had a slam dunk. 42 seconds left for the Rockets. They blow the whistle, and Bruno and Linton get involved in it. Really, mostly Linton and not Bruno, but they're going to send Bruno to the box. That ought to be evened up. Linton's just hacking away at people in front of the net. There is a penalty on the board for the Angels. Let's see if they do 5 aside. Or 4-on-4. It'll be 5 aside, so they evened it up. Off the draw, it's Landstrom with Rizzo and Minichello. In front, redirected by Landstrom off the shot by Latour. See if this line can get one. They've been awful close. Centering feed by Landstrom goes all the way through. Madura on the backside fires it at the net. 22 seconds. Rockets playing like they're in a tie game right now. Here's a shot by Latour that whistles wide with 15 seconds. Another shot by Madura goes wide. Rizzo's going to try to hustle to dig it out. Needs a little help from Latour and gets it with 5 seconds left. This one at the point, Rizzo smacks it to keep it in, but she's not going to have enough time to do anything more. The tour turns, can't fire it, and the Rockets finish off a start to finish stellar effort, a 4-0 win over the San Diego Angels, their first win of the NGHL MLK tournament. Shots on goal on the scoreboard here, 37-17. And we'll see. I think it's maybe 40-17 on the NGHL site. So a thorough win, a performance the Rockets absolutely needed. They were on the cusp of a couple of these kind of performances on Saturday, but they put it all together here. It took a period and a half for them to score, but once Francesca Hansen converted on the power play, the floodgates didn't exactly open, but it popped the champagne cork a little bit, and then Maddie McDonald got one in the third, and later in the third, Hansen got her second, and then Bryn Dandy finished it up with a goal later in the third. So 3 in the third, 1 in the second. Rockets keep the Angels off the board. A shutout for Clem Dixon-Child against, I think, maybe like her former team or her former organization, but certainly had ties and knew some of the names here from the Angels. So a good one for the Californian, number 41, and she was brilliant also in her first game yesterday, a 2-1 shootout loss against the Dallas Stars Elite. So the Rockets, one more to go. They have 4 points in the standings now, and we'll have a little bit better idea when we join you in the 4 o'clock hour, I believe, for a game in Haverhill, Mass. against the New Mexico Mustangs. At that point, the Rockets should pretty well have figured out that if they can win a game in regulation, they might have a chance to advance. And even if they do that, they still might not be able to advance, but there will be at least one game on Monday, and we will bring that to you. But let's do first things first. You'll have to watch the afternoon game here. Rockets do what they needed to do. They're making their coach feel a little bit better, as he reports if you're watching the chat live. This game was good medicine for Coach Jacobus, who's not with us here, but always with us in spirit. That will wrap it up from the I-Center in Salem, New Hampshire. Rockets win it 4-0 over the San Diego Angels. Once again, from the NGHL MLK tournament, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets hockey on Rizzo Vision.